Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and to today's video. Okay, this is my quarter 2 2023 planner flip through. I did the first of these at the beginning of this year, I think, and it's taken me a little while, friends, to be honest, to wrap up my 2023 planner. I'm still not finished at the time of filming this, but I've done the next 2 quarters, so I'm going to film both of those now. It's taken me a while. I'm getting married this year. There's other stuff going on. It's just taken a while, but we are there, and I'm not going to keep apologizing for it. We're just going to go ahead and enjoy the spreads. So a couple of things before we get started. So this planner is a Tilly Journal 7x9 functional flexi planner. I love this planner. I've had Tilly journals for a few years. They're really customizable, so you can choose kind of what inserts are in there, which works really well for me. These calendars, I don't think were in here for the last video in this series. This is, these were from the 2022 Planner Face Christmas Countdown. I loved these. I had them on my desk all year round in 2023, and then I wasn't really sure what to do with them, so I decided to stick them in my planner, which I feel works really well. We will be going through each of the spreads. I will tell you where the kit is from. I will tell you where the foil is from. I'm not going to talk about every single plan because we'd be here forever, and frankly, it's not that interesting. I'll just talk about key things that happened in the week. I won't be talking about where every individual sticker is from. I haul every single thing I buy on this channel, so the chances are you know where it's from anyway. But if you do want to know where anything particular is from, please just comment down below and I will let you know. And then I do also keep a tally of things going while we are working on this, so I tally where my kits are from and what foil colours we're using, just so that we can, you know, get an idea of kind of what my stats are for this year. So I'm just kind of working on said document at the moment. Okay, I think that that's everything. Also, there will be some gaps within the spreads. That's where I don't write work stuff in. I have one post-it in this one where I accidentally wrote a work thing in before I had to film this video, but otherwise there are just gaps. Okay, cool. I think that's everything. So let us begin. So first up, we have the week of the 3rd to the 9th of April. Did I say this is for quarter 2? I don't know. This will be April, May and June. So 3rd to the 9th of April. I do have a plan with me up for this spread on my channel. I must have fallen off with plan with me's soon after this one, I think. But this is a kit from Scribble Prints Co. and it is using gold foil. And this is the Lord of the Rings art that Kitnish Jess drew a few years ago. And I'd saved this kit for a while because I have a lot of people in my life that love the Lord of the Rings, and so I wasn't really sure when I was going to use it. But we did a Lord of the Rings marathon on this day and watched all 3 movies in one day, which I will never do again. It was so long, but it was really fun. And so yeah, we did that with our friends. So I decided that having the Lord of the Rings kit for this week was perfection. I was really, really happy about it. And I've got these extenders here, which have got these really fun, like, fellowship boxes. I love this one, like the way that you like go through the kind of out into the Shire and then, oh, meet your friends. It's so fun. I love this spread. Other things that were happening in this week, I honestly don't think that there was loads. We went to see the film Dungeons and Dragons, which I really enjoyed. Oh, and I actually have a vlog of this day up on my channel. So we went to Battersea to like walk around the new power station, which is basically like a shopping area, and we went to watch Eugenius, which is one of my favorite musicals. It's really unknown, but it's really fun. I would recommend looking it up on YouTube if you haven't already, if you like musicals, because it's like a nerd musical about like superheroes and stuff. It's really good. It's really fun. So yeah, we went to see that. So yeah, there is a vlog up of that if you want to see it. Otherwise, I don't think there's much to talk about other than I really, really, really love this spread. Then we have the week of the 10th to the 16th of April. And this one is up on my channel as well, I think, as a plan with me. So this is a kit from Papershire, though actually back when Papershire was Toffee Bananas, to be honest. So a while ago. It's a very old kit. And this is using rose gold foil. And this was the week I bought my wedding dress, which is so fun. And I've been saving this kit for ages, and I always thought I would use it the week before I got married, because the kit was called Dream, and it always kind of led me into thinking like, oh, you know, it's like, it, you know, and Does it make me sound pathetic or not? I don't know. But anyway, it's how I feel. But like, I've always wanted to get married. So I kind of was saving it for that. And at time of filming this, we're so close to me getting married, which is like amazing. But I actually decided to use this for buying my wedding dress because it had this beautiful wedding dress box. And I'm really glad that I used it for that week. So I have a vlog up on my channel about this, so I guess I won't go on about buying my wedding dress in case you have watched that or watched the plan with me. But the kind of TLDR summary of that is that we went a few weeks before this to a wedding fair at the XL, and there was a massive stand by David's Bridal, and they were like, if you sign up for a fitting, a wedding dress appointment here, and then you buy a dress at that appointment, you'll get 20% off. So we thought, yeah, absolutely, we'll go ahead and sign up for that. And then I was kind of researching about the David's Bridal appointment, and they gave you an hour, but you were kind of served with another bride. So I was really worried about having that short amount of time because I didn't know what sort of dress I wanted. For somebody who's wanted to get married nearly her whole life, I honestly didn't know a lot about what I wanted at a wedding. So we agreed that we would go to Wed to Be, which is a sort of, I describe it as a wedding warehouse, but that makes it sound so much less luxurious than it is. But it has a lot of like example dresses and kind of last season dresses, and they are sold a lot cheaper than normal dresses. So we went there because on the website it said that you could have as long an appointment as you wanted. That is not true on a Saturday, I now know. So if you ever want to talk to me about my Wed to Be experience, I'm more than happy to talk to you about it, because I do think there are certain things that you need to know in advance before going. But I didn't know that, and so we just kind of turned up with the idea being that we would just try on a load of different sizes of dresses and different like styles to see what we liked. And I was quite casual about the 4 dresses I picked out because I thought that I could be there as long as I wanted trying on dresses, which I then found out is not the case on a Saturday. And I bought dress number 3. So it was a really like big day because I had not expected to buy a wedding dress. Like, I'd literally text my friend Sarah, who's one of my bridesmaids, like right before I went in, saying like, this is the kind of dress I liked at David's Bridal, we're just going to see. And then I came up being like, Sarah, I bought a wedding dress that looked nothing like what I expected. And so you'll see quite a few like in my feels and stuff here, because honestly, for probably nearly a week after this, I found it really hard to reconcile with the fact that I had bought the 3rd dress I tried on. I'm a really anxious person. I'm a real overthinker. And I really just thought I'd done the wrong thing. So I don't think I have. Everyone who's seen the dress tells me it's the perfect dress. So hopefully everything's going to be fine. And on the wedding day, everyone's going to think that. Most importantly, Stuart's going to think that is kind of all that matters, really, if that. But anyway, so that's just the explanation of that. That was quite a lot of explanation about this week. So I think that's everything. There's not really much else to talk about in that week other than that. So yeah, that is that one. Then we have the week of the 17th to the 23rd of April, and this is using a kit from Whimsical Plans. And this is a Beauty and the Beast themed set, which was drawn by Kitnish Jess. And I think this is matte bronze. It's hard to tell if it's gold or matte bronze, but I think it's probably matte bronze. Yeah, this was art that was drawn by Kitnish Jess, and I didn't buy it from anybody originally because I really wanted there to be some of this pale yellow in the functional boxes. I know a lot more about kits now, and ultimately if the patterns don't have the light yellow, and I think Jess had settled on like the other colours, then nobody would have used pale yellow because it wasn't in the patterns. But that was kind of what I was holding out for, and then I kind of realised that I wouldn't be able to get that, and so I ended up buying it from Whimsical Plans because their shop keeps kits in stock for a long time after everybody else discontinues them. So that is a bit of a tip for you if you ever want some like really old art. Have a look at Whimsical Plans because their shop does keep stuff in for a while. And so I ended up picking it up from them. They're not my favourite paper. I wouldn't get their removable matte paper. It's not really, in my opinion, of a high enough quality. So if you get like the premium matte or the glossy, it's much better. But I used this one because this was the week that we went to the afternoon tea experience, right? Yeah. The Beauty and the Beast afternoon tea experience at the Waldorf Hilton. And it's an amazing experience. If you can go, we've been a second time now. Me and my mum went again this year because they've changed the menu, and it is a beautiful experience. It's pricey, but it's really, really well themed. The food is lovely. The service is amazing. And it's just a really lovely Beauty and the Beast themed afternoon tea. I mean, not everybody loves Beauty and the Beast as much as me and my mum, but it's a really special experience. So I decided to use this kit because I have a lot of Beauty and the Beast kits, but I wanted one that felt more like the experience. You know, we've got a bit of a kind of afternoon tea feel. I did then find another kit that was way more perfect than this one, but because we've been again, I'm going to use that in my 2024 planner, so it all works out well. I think there's a plan with me up for this spread on my channel as well. I don't think there's anything else to report. I was not well this week by the looks, slept really badly, and I think that was about it. It was actually really weird because I've batch done my 2023 planner. That's tends to be how I plan, to be honest. It is batch doing stuff, and it's so hard to look back and realize like how bad things are at different times of my life. It's actually quite a difficult experience to like not do it in the moment, but maybe useful for trying to map some stuff, you know. Anyway, that's that week. And then the last week for April is the 24th to the 30th of April. This is using a kit from Planner Face, and I do PR for Planner Face, so you can use my code CAT to save 10% on your orders and add my name and notes to seller to pick up my like the seasonal freebies. So they have 6 different freebies that you can rotate around, so really fun. So you can put my name and notes to seller, and you can put like the number freebie that you want if you know what they are, and you can see them on my Instagram, or you can just wait at random. So, and then the foil is this silver or hollow? I think that's hollow. You guys, it's going to be really obvious to you because it's always much more obvious on camera than it is in my lighting. But I think that's hollow. So this is a really, really cute like self-care set, which is drawn by Lavi, who I absolutely love Lavi's art. She doesn't draw as much public art these days, which is really sad, but I do really love her stuff. And I think I used this one because... was I off work? No, I was definitely at work. But I think it was just kind of like, obviously I'd been really unwell the week before, and it was just trying to kind of reset things. And Stuart was away by the looks with work. Yeah. So it was also probably just kind of being in the house on my own and trying to just stay chill, because I do find it hard being in the house on my own. So I think it was probably that. So I don't think that there honestly is much to report for this week. I think it was a really, really like just normal. Oh, we had the first Meet for Company though, which is the musical that I did last year. So you'll see that come up a lot. Oh, but this was before I got cast. Okay, because we're about to see this happen a lot more. So there was several weeks of pre-auditions for this show. So this was the first of those. So that's fun because as I say, you'll see it come up a lot more. And then I was also binging cruise videos. So I assume at this point we'd booked the cruise, but maybe we hadn't. So we went on a cruise in May. So you'll see that in this quarter as well. We would have booked it. It was like 2 weeks away from here. So yeah, this would have been me preparing. I very much researched for that cruise. So that is April. So let's move on to May. So into May. So first off we have, okay, I am missing some numbers. I need to go through and add some numbers in this planner. So that's just a caveat for that. Those are all from Planner Face. So this is for the 1st to the 7th of May. This is using another kit from Planner Face and is using, this is like it's a gold shattered foil from SPC. I haven't said where any of the foil is from so far. I'm so sorry. I expect it's all from SPC, to be honest. This is Caress Press, the Dragonfly bundle. This is Scribble Prints Co. This one is Scribble Prints Co. What week have I missed? This has, the underlays are probably Rose Coloured Days, and then this is Simply Gilded. Sorry about that. You can tell I've not filmed in a while. So yeah, this is like shattered gold. I'm just going to mark it as gold though, I think, from Scribble Prints Co. So this kit was one of the mysteries. So if you don't know, I do work with Anna on the Planner Face mystery. So I help come up with theme ideas, mood boards, clip art lists, all that kind of stuff. It's really fun. One of the best things I get to do. And in this one, we went for a barbecue theme because, you know, barbecues are a pretty big thing over here in the UK. And I'm so happy with how this set came out. And Anna had Becca, who drew this one, add in some kind of British elements. And so the reason I use this for this week is this was the coronation of King Charles, but I'm not a massive royalist. Like there was a set that was drawn by Digiberry, which was a coronation set, and most people use that for this week, but I'm not enough of a royalist. And you know, obviously Charles is a complicated royal, and I have some complex around our country being run by a man. Well, it's not run because they're a figurehead really, but like our political leaders and our king being a man, I have like complicated feelings around that. So but we did watch it, and we had a barbecue at our friend Tom's with like coronation themed things, you know, like we made some cakes and stuff. So I decided this was like a good hybrid where it's more barbecue themed, but because it had like the British boxes, it works really well. So I'm really, really, really happy with this spread. I try anyway to always have a quote box in the top left. A lot of these I have are Planner Face PR ones. We don't have PR freebies anymore, but when we used to, I would always try and put those. I'm pretty sure this is Liz's. I think I did a plan with me for this spread as well. I'm pretty sure this is Liz's. But yeah, so we had more company pre stuff. So this was before I'd been cast. Other than that, there's not really. Oh, it was May the 4th day, but like we didn't watch any Star Wars stuff. So yeah, not really much else. But a really, really, really fun spread. Then we have the week of the 8th to the 14th of May. This is a kit from Planner Face and it's a mix of gold and sparkly gold foil bundle from SPC. It's one of my favorite foil bundles. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I have several of them because I was really worried that they would go out of stock. So I use them for like really special weeks. So this was the week that I got cast in Company. So if you don't know, I won't go into like massive details about the musical, but it's a Stephen Sondheim, my fave, musical about a guy called Bobby who is turning 35 and is still single, and it's about his friends all wanting him to settle down and kind of questioning why he's still dating around. He's dating these 3 women, and his couple friends are kind of all being like, why don't you settle down? And over the course of the show, it's about him realizing he wants to settle down. I don't think it's a musical that has dated that well, to be honest. It was written like 50 years ago, and it screams of that. It's, you know, it's not weird to be single and 35 now. So I don't think it works as well, but our director did a really good job about bringing it into the modern day as much as possible. So I played one of the girlfriends, Marta, who is one of the most fun characters I've ever played. She's really spiky, and she's a New Yorker, and she loves New York, and she's really funny. And I wanted to use a kit that kind of reminded me of her. So this set, even though it was like designed by Anna, it's like a kind of ode to Taylor Swift's Midnight's album. For me, it really reminds me of Marta because it just is like fun like her, and it kind of gives me New York vibes. So yeah, I just think it works really well. So that was what happened this week, was I got cast as Marta. So yeah, we had the auditions on the Sunday. Other stuff. Oh, so I had 2 of my friends over, and so they're 2 of my bridesmaids, so they could see my dress. I was working on some budget stuff at work. I think we had quite a like urgent request of like, we have to save some money. Can you show kind of either how you can save money or how your money is planned to be spent? So I like spent all day on that, and yeah, that was pretty much it. And then I did some wedding planning with Emma. I think, did we meet in Costa for this? And we were just like going through like what the hair and makeup people that I wanted. Maybe that might have been that trip, I don't know. But anyway, very fun, really, really, really beautiful spread. So I really, really love that one. Then we get into 2 very fun weeks. So this is the 15th to the 21st of May. This is using a kit from Glam Planner, and it is using, what foil have we got here? That will be hollow foil. And this was the first day that we went on our cruise. So we went on the Iona, the P&O Iona, on a Norwegian cruise. So it was a 7-day cruise that goes around the Norwegian fjords. I have a whole video up on my channel about the cruise, so I won't go into it in massive details here because you either are interested in that content or you're not. And if you want to hear about the cruise, I do have like a long video, which is the second most watched video on my channel. I think because people do research cruise content. But yeah, it has, at time of filming this, has like 4.8 thousand views or something. It's like absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, it was amazing. If you wanted me to answer the question, should you go on the Norwegian Fjords P&O Iona cruise? Absolutely. I mean, it's incredible. The fjords, I feel really, really privileged to have seen the fjords. Like, I'm actually not somebody who's that bothered about going on holiday, to be honest. I don't like going to places I don't know, so holidays are really stressful for me. And I don't have that many places that are on my bucket list of places to go, but this cruise was on my bucket list. So I first found out about it from Meg with Books, who's a booktuber, but did this cruise. And as soon as I watched that video, I was like, Stuart, I really want to go on this cruise. And then earlier on in 2023, Stuart and I had a conversation where we agreed that we would each have a holiday that was like a bucket list holiday that we both kind of wanted to do before moving into the next phase of our lives after we get married. I mean, Florida was my dream holiday. Like, that, nothing will ever top that because Stuart proposed to me there and stuff. Like, that was my dream holiday. But this was my other bucket list holiday, and then Stuart's was going to Rome, which we did later in 2023. So it was like really, really amazing to do that because ultimately Stuart and I are predominantly a COVID couple. So, you know, we haven't had a lot of holidays. So it was really, really cool to do this. Anyway, so yeah, but I won't talk masses about it. In terms of this spread, it's so bright. It's so bright. So yeah, this kit is from Glam Planner and it's a really, really old one that I got on like the Glam Planner buy sell trade. And I got it because I loved the couple box. I mean, I will never look like this person, but this is why I got it, because you have celebration night on cruises where you get super dressed up. I was nowhere near that dressed up, but you get super dressed up and they like take photos of you and stuff. And I wanted to kind of use it for that box. And it definitely is like, it reminds me of the week. Like, we had celebration night on the Sunday. So like, it does really remind me of that, but it's such a vibrant spread. And I had to bring in a lot of boxes because this was such an old format and it only had a few pages. So a lot of the boxes are brought in from like leftovers that I have. And then this box is not from this kit at all. This is a leftover planner face box that I stuck a glossy box over. Again, the foil is from Squirrel Prince Co. So sometimes I think I don't love this spread, but actually looking back at it, I do really like it. And it came with some foil, like this Bon Voyage quote did come with the kit. And I particularly picked this one because I'm a big fan of the musical Anything Goes, which is set on a boat, and there is a song called Bon Voyage. So that's a really niche reference for you. Anyway, so yeah, I won't go through the masses of details, but that's the flippy out boxes there. Such a fun time. And then we have the last week of May, which is the 22nd to the 28th. This is using a kit from Squirrel Prince Co. I'm pretty sure this is matte bronze foil, also from Squirrel Prince Co. And this was the main week that we were in the on the cruise. So this is a kit that was a mystery. It was a Black Friday or Cyber Monday mystery from a few years ago from Squirrel Prince Co. I don't often pick those up now, but I did pick up this one. And it's a really, really fun spread and it's really European. And this just reminds me of the fjords. Like, it's the most beautiful place I have ever been and I think I will ever go to. And it was just so beautiful. So yeah, I wanted to use this kit for that. I skipped out. It had a double box of an aeroplane and obviously we didn't fly. So I missed out the aeroplane box, but I think that this kit works really well with what I did use. We have a lot of extenders in this one because I love to mark kind of everything that's happening in a week. And so these were like the 4 main days. I guess we did less. Oh, because we just did like the Brickshall Glacier hike, which was my favorite part. This was the day that was just so overwhelming because we did this hike up Pulpit Rock, which is absolutely huge, and I'm not particularly a hiker, and it was so steep and it was such hard work. I talk about it in depth in the P&O video, but it was just a lot. So I was aching the whole rest of the week because it was just too much for me. But yeah, anyway, very fun, really beautiful. As I say, I won't go into masses about it, and I don't think there's much to talk about on the Saturday and Sunday because we came back from the cruise on this day and did mostly driving because it took ages to get back. And then Sunday, I just had one of those moments of like, I've completely flopped, although I filmed 3 videos, so not flopped that much. It's still quite impressive. Yeah, so that is everything for May. So let's move on to June. For June, the last month for this video, so to start with, we have, so the plan with me's have stopped by this point for the planner because this is where I fell behind. So this is the week of the 29th of May to the 4th of June. This is using a kit from Squirrel Prints Co. and it's using sparkly hollow foil, also from Squirrel Prints Co. This is a beautiful Disney set with art by dusk. It was an exclusive to Squirrel Prints Co. And I didn't go to Disney this week or anything. That would have been mad after the cruise. But we went to the Disney 100 concert, which was a celebration of Disney 100 years. And it was a beautiful music concert with an amazing live band and live singers. And it was my Christmas present. So Stuart's mum and Stuart both bought me tickets for Christmas, which was so funny. But yeah, it was absolutely beautiful experience. So yeah, I basically wanted to use a Disney kit for that. And whilst this one is clearly Disney parks themed, I don't think it's one I would use in the parks. I have a lot of parks kits, okay? So I wanted to go for this one because I felt like it feels a bit like the Disney 100 was at the O2, and it feels a little bit like the O2. If you've been, you might understand what I'm getting at. And so yeah, and it's more modern and like loads of people wear dressed up. I didn't realise how many people would be dressed up, and I wasn't wearing any ears, Disney ears. And I was like, why didn't I think? Like, I have so many pairs of ears. But yeah, I think this kit works really well for that. Was there anything else that was going on? I don't think so. I was doing a lot of editing, go me, because I guess I filmed those 3 videos. We saw The Wiz, which is a musical, but it was like a local group that did that. Yeah, I had some rehearsals. I filmed like, if you liked Heartstopper, you might like these books video, which didn't do as well as I thought. Oh, this was the week I got my first Stanley. Oh, I have 2 Stanleys now. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see, but I now have one of the like big Stanleys that I got recently. But this is my original Stanley. Yeah, super fun week. Then we have the week of the 5th to the 11th of June. This is using a kit from Plannerface and rose gold foil. The bougie boxes, I think, are Rose Coloured Days or Harriet Wright Designs. And the boxes here are paper sheet plans. Excuse the post-it notes on this one. This is where I just wasn't thinking and wrote in a couple of work things. I just realised I didn't mention one of these spreads had my first driving lesson in it. So I have only been learning to drive for a year. But yeah, so the reason I use this kit is, well, I wanted to use a Plannerface kit because it was the Plannerface 7 years. Always very exciting when it's one of Anna's anniversary sales. And this was some freebie art. It might have been from that sale, to be honest. I don't think it was. I think it was a different one. Probably Black Friday. But this one, my job involves a lot of travel. Less for me these days, now I manage the team, but it does involve a fair amount of travel. And, you know, people drink a lot of coffee and eat a lot of breakfasts and spend a lot of time eating beige buffets and cafes. And so any cafe kits kind of remind me of my job. So I decided to go for this one because this is the beginning of like our June busy season. And I was away a lot, which I'm not often these days, but me and my colleague Susie did this horrible night in this hotel where we checked in and our rooms were like opposite each other. And we checked in and the switch, it was in a Premier Inn, and you have to put your key card in to switch on the electricity. And mine fell off the wall. It was just awful and it smelt so funky. It was just, it was horrible. So that was that. I'm trying to think if there was anything else of note. To be honest, it was, yeah, just busy, like dermatology appointments and stuff, which was a lot of my 2023. We went to Hatfield House on the Sunday, so I think we were celebrating Father's Day here because I wasn't seeing my dad for Father's Day, which was the week after, so we celebrated a week early. Oh, and there, look, I wrote my Iona video script there. Yeah, so fun. So then we have, okay, so we have week of the 12th to the 18th of June. This is using a kit from Whimsical Plans with red and blue foil. I have no idea how to mark that. I guess I will mark it as red and blue. There won't be any others in this colour. So this is Ted Lasso art that was drawn by Kitness Jess. And again, I bought it from Whimsical Plans because they keep their art in stock for a long time. And when Jess first brought this art out, I hadn't even heard of Ted Lasso, right? I was like, why is everyone obsessed with this TV show about football? I don't get it. And I didn't watch it for a long time. And then my dad had kept saying to me, like, you would really love Ted Lasso. I was like, but I don't like football. Why would I like Ted Lasso? He was like, just trust me, you'll love it. But my dad is a big football fan. So I found it hard to believe that. But when I bought my Mac, we got like 6 months free of Apple TV. And so I said to Stuart, what I want to watch is Ted Lasso. Everyone's talking about it. We're not paying for Apple TV. Let's make the most of it. I now get it. I mean, this is one of my favourite shows of all time. Ted Lasso is so heartwarming, but it's so funny because it is a comedy, but it's also really sad and a really hard watch at times, but it's absolutely amazing. It's so amazing. So when we started watching Ted Lasso, I was like, but I didn't buy the Ted Lasso art from anyone. What am I going to do? And then thankfully Whimsical Plans came through, and I bought this one in glossy, and I much prefer it than the removable matte paper that they do. But yeah, so I'm really glad that I got to use the Ted Lasso art. So I used it for this week because we watched the Ted Lasso finale on the Friday. That wasn't the finale week, but we watched the finale, and it's Father's Day. And as I said, I didn't celebrate it with my dad, but my dad is a massive Ted Lasso fan. And for Father's Day, I bought him a top that has, what's his name? Danny. Oh my gosh, I can't think what the quote is now. Anyway, I bought him a top with that. We've since seen Roy Kent do some live comedy, like the actor, not Roy Kent. Yeah, I love Ted Lasso. So this kit is very bright though. It's such a mood change from this one. So it's very out there, which is as it should be because it's like the Richmond colours and stuff, but it's bright. So it's hard to say how I feel about this spread overall because it's like such primary colours. But ultimately, I love that I got to use the Ted Lasso art. I love that I discovered my love for Ted Lasso. And then in terms of other stuff we got to do, we finished Pandemic Legacy. This is not the season 1, it's like the season 2, I think, of Pandemic Legacy, which took us a long time to finish. Like a long time. So that was funny. And then we went to see 42nd Street, which is a musical, which is an amazing production of 42nd Street that was on last year on the tour. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, it's fun. Oh, and I filmed my own video then, so there you go. It's all coming out now. Then we have the week of the 19th to the 25th of June. This is using a kit from Planner Face, and I'm pretty sure this is gold foil. And I think these bougie boxes are from Rose Colour Days. So this is such a fun spread. I love this one. So this is art drawn by Lavi, and it's this like Italian inspired art. And I totally could have saved it for when we were in Italy later in the year, but I had another kit that I felt worked better. I don't even want to talk about the fact that Kitness Jess has just released the perfect Italy art. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Jess, I love you, but I don't want to talk about it. But this one is, you know, it could work for anywhere. I don't think it has to work for Italy. And this was a week that we went to see Little Mermaid at the Factory Playhouse in Hitchin, which is the Theatre of Emil Dale, which is a theatre school. And they do amazing productions. Their sixth formers are incredible. So Mum and I love going to watch it, but they do these pieces which are so good. Like, obviously I've been to Italy. They're nothing compared to these pizzas that they do at the Factory Playhouse. They're just so good. So I love that, like, this had the pizza box, and we've got a flippy there. I was listening to Beyond the Wand, which is the Tom Felton book, which I really enjoyed. Really enjoyed. And yeah, that was about it. Was busy with work. Received an email on Monday that was really uncalled for. Had an event on the Thursday, and yeah, that was like pretty much it. Filming some stuff, reading some stuff. Was really in my reading era here. It's where it was like really picking up. My mum was trying on dresses that she was going to wear for the dress she's going to wear for my wedding. So yeah, I really think this spread is so beautiful. I love the colours. And then the last spread for this video is the 26th of June to the 2nd of July. This is using another kit from Planner Face and is using, that's hollow foil, yeah. Hollow foil, which is bougie boxes either by Harriet or by Rose Coloured Days, and then just some kind of twinkly add-ons from Harriet, I think, like these little bows and stuff. So quite understated, the foil on this one. And I use this kit because I do work in education adjacently, and so I wanted to use this kit because it just really reminds me of my job in some ways. You know, I work a lot with young people, and I think that this art is so fun. I really love this spread. Yeah, I just think it's so cute. I love the pastel colours. I love the fashion people, like this fashion person, one of my faves. Yeah, I just really like it. So I wanted to use it, and I felt like this was a good week for me to use it because things were very busy at work. It was a really busy 6-week run at work, and then a lot of my team went off sick because it was so busy and stuff. So it was a lot. Other than that, I don't think there's a lot to report. I was reading Legendborn the whole week because I really enjoyed Legendborn, but it was a really hard going read. It just took a while. Falling Hard for the Royal Guard I was reading, which I had to DNF the sequel because it's nowhere near as good, and I was so sad about it. But yeah, nothing really much to report about that week. But yeah, so that is the end of my Q2 flip through. I don't think this is my finest video ever, so I'm really sorry. I hope I do better for the Q3 one. So in terms of stats, so we had 1 kit from Glam Planner, 1 kit from Papershire, 2 kits from Whimsical Plans, 4 from SPC, and 5 from Planner Face. Not really a surprise given IPR for Anna, but Planner Face really in Q1 was like, it was like 11. Like Planner Face was really out there, and that is often the way that like the summery months I mix shops a little bit more. And then in terms of foil, we had 1 red and 1 blue. Obviously they were the same spread. 1 sparkly hollow, 2 matte bronze, 2 rose gold, 3 hollow, and 4 gold, which is such a win for hollow because I think I mentioned this in my last video, but I didn't really used to like hollow foil, and I've really come to appreciate the spreads that it works with. And I didn't have a single silver, which I claim is my favourite foil, so that's really fun. So what I always do with these videos is put myself through the torture of working out what my favourite kit is of each month, even though I find it really hard to pick between my children. But I put myself through it every time anyway, so we'll do it again. So in April, I think it is one of these two. I think it probably is the Lord of the Rings one. I love the colours of this. I talked about it in the plan with me, but the Arwen being in this dress. So for my 11th birthday, I had a Lord of the Rings birthday party, and my mum handmade me an Arwen dress, and it was this Arwen dress. It wasn't the green one, it was this one. And I think this spread is really special for that reason. So I think that's the one I go for. I do love this one as well, but I think that that's the one I would go for. For May, these are all really fun. I might pick the Martyr spread, even though obviously I had like the 2 cruise spreads and there's so many good memories in there. But the Martyr one, I love how the foil came out. I love the colours of this one. It's so like dark and moody. So I think I would go for that one. And for June, I really like all the June spreads, to be honest. But I would pick one of these two, I think, as my favourite. Which one though? I love the colour combo of this one. Like I love the pastels, it's so fun. But this one is like so, it just really comes together. So I think I'll go for this one. I don't know why I put myself through this every time. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Sorry, it's a bit chaotic. Hopefully I'll calm down for the next one. If you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate a like. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe. In the description, I will have a link to all my favourite shops so you can check those out. As I say, if you watch any of my hauls, you'll be able to see the shops I shop from. And I will also have a link to my Instagram and my Goodreads if you want to check out any more content from me. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.